Hi, this is Revert Audio, and we will find out the answer of who was the first audiophile. And I received four comments. It's only showing two. You see, I see only two comments. Ramsey had an awesome comment that not sure who was that, but he achieved the longest numbers of hours listening to music in his time. That's super awesome. I like that comment. And Nick, he said that the phonograph was invented by Thomas Edison, even though I'm a Tesla fan over Edison. Me too, because actually Tesla had he was a totally original inventor, and Edison himself, even though he was an extremely smart guy, but he was a rather talented businessman. He was super talented at marketing, and basically most of his inventions he did not invent them himself, but he knew how to find talents like Tesla. So he employed and abused Tesla to a great degree and totally broke Tesla's career as well. And basically he just took tons of people's ideas and patented it in his own name, and he was just a ruthless businessman. And actually he was also like super smart and super sharp, but first and foremost he realized that by concentrating talent, that's how he can do things. So anyway, so Thomas Edison, he would be also up for the prize because he invented the phonograph, but he was really more into the technical aspects, and I don't know how much of an audiophile Thomas Edison was. And Siemens invented the horn speaker. So yeah, I kind of made a slide for it, and I said that our mystery man, he invented the horn speaker. Where was it? I mentioned it here. He invented horns. So, and then later on, I also said that what I write here is not entirely accurate because he is not credited for many of these inventions, and a lot of them happened in parallel to him. But this is something that actually horns were invented like a generation before our mystery man. And Nick is totally right. It was Siemens who invented the horn. Look at this picture. It says, king size horn speakers are the latest thing in 2029, but but actually this is already at the time of our mystery man, but it was in 1877 when Siemens invented this device. Just by 29, like 60 years later, or 52 years later, we have just this amazing specimen. However, what I can tell you, and now let's rip off or get away the band-aid. Our mystery man is Paul Voigt. He was a British. He was born in England by German parents, so not that far from Siemens. So German ancestry here as well. But he was born in England and he worked at Edison Bell Works in London, and that's where he began to work with his ideas about loudspeakers. Started closed in 33, and he started his company Voigt Patents Limited. And one of his first designs was the famous Voigt pipe, which he patented in 1934. And then he met Peter Lauder from Lauder Manufacturing Company, and their duo, basically they created the famous Lauder drivers, which are the high efficiency drivers. Paul Voigt was the brains behind that, and so on. You can read more about his life, but then here that's what in below, tapered quarter wavelength tube, TQVT, or also called as TQVP, P as in pipe, as the Voigt pipe. So when you look, you find the loudspeaker plans which are called the Voigt pipe. That's his invention, that Paul Voigt's invention, and it's not just any loudspeaker design. Where can we have that? You know what? Let's just do something fun. Let's type in world's second best speaker. World's second best. Look, that comes up. I don't even need to type it in. Look, that guy, and it's totally amazing. This video got, look, 1.7 million views in 2 years. That's just astonishing. Like a speaker's DIY something on a loudspeaker build. He builds these loudspeakers and he talks about how they work, what he does, and it got almost 2 million views. That's just insane. That really restores my belief that people are not just sleepwalking, you know, and not just like totally passive and brain dead, but there are people who are, you know, just from time to time just wake up and look in the real world, and they just don't expect, you know, just to open their eyes, open their wallet, get something, forget about it, no nothing. So so these loudspeakers are Paul Voigt famous Voigt pipes, and actually what he shows is his spin, his take on the Voigt pipes, and uh, and if you watch the video, it's almost an hour long. And check that out, it got 2 million hits. So don't complain that my 15-minute videos are too long. If 2 million people can watch 1 hour long video, then 20 minutes, 15 minutes has absolutely zero right to complaints. Sorry guys. I'm just shaming a lot of us for lack of attention span, correct? So anyway, this is where these loudspeakers come from, and I think maybe he doesn't really mention it, but these were Paul Voigt's first babies, and they were, we can consider them truly the first audiophile speakers in the world, the first loudspeakers that have a cabinet that was designed to improve efficiency, and were built with sound quality in mind, because at that era all of the loudspeaker cabinets were basically the radio cabinets that were used just to house a loudspeaker driver so that it fits in your living room, and the dog doesn't chew the driver because it's hidden in a box, and it's together with the radios, vacuum tube parts, so you don't have to you know, just kind of lug around a bunch of different parts, everything in the same box, put it in a box. But Paul Voigt's idea was not put it in a box, it was put it in a cabinet that's designed to work in an acoustical manner. And he came up with the most simple, this is the simplest loudspeaker you can build, apart from an open baffle loudspeaker that's even more simpler. But basically the Voigt pipe is this is what I recommend, where all DIY loudspeaker builders should start, because it's the simplest to build. This is where I started, and this is not just something where you can start as a speaker builder. You also tap in with these loudspeakers into the history of a loudspeaker manufacturing, and as you go back in time to the first serious pair of high fidelity loudspeakers that was ever designed, and from there you can see where your path takes you. So thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. Bye bye.